Now at 6, we'll have the latest on the war in Ukraine as Russian forces move toward the capital. Plus, how that war is being felt all the way here to the 4 states.
A Joplin woman born in Ukraine prays for peace as her home is invaded by Russia. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with her story.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Events a world away are having an impact on the 4 states. This is KOAM News at 6. Heavily armed Russian troops are heading towards the capital of Ukraine after heavy shelling and blasts were heard overnight. According to 2 sources familiar with the latest intelligence, the U.S. is worried the city of Kiev could fall within days.
This morning we are defending our country alone. Just like yesterday, the most powerful country in the world looked on from a distance. Russia was hit with sanctions yesterday, but these are not enough to get these foreign troops off our soil. Only through solidarity and determination can this be achieved.
The Biden administration today announced new sanctions directly targeting Russian President Vladimir Putin. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization has activated resources in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It's the first time NATO's response force has ever been activated. We spoke with a history professor from Missouri Southern about the years of tension that have led to these events.
Russia and Ukraine have a long, complicated history, but Ukrainian language, culture, and identity have been around for centuries. And prior to the 20th century, most of Central and Eastern Europe was dominated by large multi-ethnic empires. And where Ukraine is now, they were really controlled by Imperial Russia, so the Russian Empire. That doesn't mean that they didn't have a distinct national culture.
As Russia's attack on Ukraine continues, for one woman, that pain is felt locally. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky spoke with a Joplin resident from Ukraine who says she fears for her family's safety in both Ukraine and Russia.
Lilia Moose owns Adornable Embroidery and Altercations in Joplin. A native of Odessa, Ukraine, her heritage is clear as soon as you walk through the door.
Thank you very much.
I hope your family stays safe.
Oh, I hope too, honestly. I really hope.
All that she's been able to think about recently,
have a nice day.
Her family and Ukraine's safety.
They're bombing my city. I call my friends, my relatives, I call my cousin, and he says, building shake, windows, we think we will lose windows, so they put like in World War II, this is tape, like that scotch on windows. Cars start to have alarm, and first they don't understand what has happened, and it's one boom, second boom. Wow, it looks like it's a bomb. So scary, very scary. Everybody very scary.
Moose moved to Joplin in 1998 to be with her husband, who's from here. She still has relatives and friends, not only in Ukraine, but in Russia as well.
I have relatives, a lot of relatives and a lot of friends, both sides. Ukraine go to more oriented to the Europe and to the democracy. Russia basically go to the dictator.
Amid Russia's invasion of her home, Moose prays for peace and a normal life for everyone.
People want, on both sides, they want peace, they want them regular life, they want to go to work, they want to go to home and be with them families and just normal, peaceful life, both sides. Now everybody knows that it's Ukraine, it's not Russia, it's a different country. And they want to protect what they have.
In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
Moose says she hopes people will support organizations like UNICEF and other nonprofits providing aid overseas. Conflict in Ukraine could have an impact on farmers in Kansas wheat fields. Reporter Joe Baker has more.
Daryl Dortland has been a farmer his whole life and now will deal with the impact of Russia's attack on Ukraine. Russia is a major distributor of wheat and could cause disruptions to distribution.
At the beginning of something like this, there's panic, there's fear. So the markets, stock market plus our grain commodities are just, everybody's nervous. So right now, wheat's skyrocketing.
The expectation is for the price to go up.
The price of everything's going to come up that wheat's involved with, but the actual amount that's in that product, oh yeah, they'll take advantage of it and everything. You'll see the commodities, the price of the end products like bread or whatever, I'm using bread as a simple example, will go up.
But farmers across the state may not see the benefits from the high prices due to uncertainty from the current drought.
The high prices right now may not do as much good for farmers as we hope, just because of their uncertainty about having a crop. Are they going to be willing to do much forward pricing?
And Daryl tells me this could impact his bottom line.
If our drought doesn't get better, our bushels will be way down. If the situation over there doesn't get better, I'm sure the sanctions will go higher. There'll be more and more sanctions. So yeah, then the price would keep going up. But in the end, it really doesn't help any of us because we won't have the bushels to sell.
Tonight at 10, we'll look at the war's potential impact on regional gas prices. Meteorologist Doug Katie joining us now. Some good sunshine we had today, Doug.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of sunshine, especially during the morning hours. And even though we didn't hit freezing, we've learned that as we've seen these past few events, the sun really helps out on the melting. So we did a tremendous amount of melting today, and we're going to continue to do that as we go into the weekend. Clouds have increased, so we are going to have mostly cloudy skies tonight, mostly cloudy skies once again as we head through the daytime hours tomorrow. But we are going to get some sunshine. There's a weak wave passing to our south, so that's why we have the clouds over the next 24 hours. Temperatures, cold, they're just better than what we have seen. 24 in Nevada, Neodesha 28, 27 Oswego, 30 in Grove. Neosho is sitting at 26 degrees. We still have this light northerly wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 20s, down to about 14 or 15 later on tonight. So another cold night, but it gets better. We're going to check that out here in just a bit.
Doug, thanks as always. Still ahead, an Oklahoma senator announcing his retirement. And companies from across the country visit PSU to recruit potential employees at Wood Tech Company Day. Kansas and Missouri today announced settlements in the lawsuit with opioid distributors. In Kansas, the state is going to receive $26 billion. Over in Missouri, the state is receiving around $458 million. In each case, that money is going to be used to combat opioid addiction. Oklahoma's U.S. Senator Jim Inhofe says he's going to step down before his 6-year term is up. The 87-year-old senator is the ranking Republican on the Senate Armed Services Committee. He announced his decision today. The senator says he decided a few weeks ago to resign so he can spend time with his wife, Kay. Inhofe held the seat since 1994, and his departure is going to trigger a special election for his replacement. Inhofe endorsed his chief of staff, Luke Holland, as his replacement. Holland says Inhofe did not attend a press event because the senator has a, quote, mild case of COVID. Wood Technology students at Pitt State today got the chance to interact with potential employers. Companies from across the U.S. come to Pittsburgh for Wood Tech Company Day to recruit from one of the few programs operating in this field.
So I'm looking for education. I'm looking for companies that are going to invest in me after I sign on with them. I'm looking for a company that is going to have a good work-life balance as well. So I think it's something that a lot of young people are looking for right now.
The event has been going on now for around 15 years. Well, for over 6 decades, the giant engineering marvel has towered over southeast Kansas. Now you can learn more about the history of the local landmark right there, Big Brutus. KOAM's Michael Hayslip is hosting Spotlight on Big Brutus. It's going to air on Fox 14 tomorrow at 6 p.m., then again on KOAM right here at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. All right, later, the Missouri Southern women have a shot at winning a share of the first ever regular season conference championship. Going to have more on that and their next matchup in sports.
Plus another cold night for us tonight, but it gets better. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, definitely turned out to be a cold day for us today, but not a bad day across the region as our temperatures warmer than what we have seen, at least over the past couple days. And come on, machine, load. There you go. All right, so it looks pretty good outside for us right now. Here's Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. You can't see these mid and upper level clouds, which have been increasing throughout the afternoon hours, but nothing underneath them, so we're going to stay dry as we go through the overnight hours. All right, better today, not good overall. Still cold. 25, Iola. We have Independence 27, Pitt 26, 30 in Grove, 29 in Anderson, 27 in Cassville. Nevada is sitting at 24 degrees. We still have these light northerly winds, which make it feel to your skin a little bit colder than what it actually is. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 20s, and I think most of us 14, 15 degrees for an overnight low. But we are going to start to warm things back up over the next few days. All right, so we have these mid and upper level clouds increasing, nothing underneath them, weak wave developing to our south, kind of combining with this little wave out across parts of Wyoming. But any rain looks to stay just south of the region as we go into the weekend. So that's good. We're going to drop back mid-teens tonight. Clouds thicken back up again for us tomorrow. Any rain stays down to our south near Fayetteville, Fort Smith. I think in general we look pretty good. We're going to go above freezing, so a good melting day. 14 to start, 33 by noon, high temp at 39. Easterly winds, they're going to be light at about 5 to 10. Tomorrow night we clear out, we drop back into the upper teens, and then Sunday even warmer. We go near 50 for afternoon highs. Even better by the time we head into Monday. We should soar through the 50s into the upper 50s during the afternoon. So it looks pretty good over the next couple days. Let's step through next week. We're in a lull of the weather pattern. We're in about an 8-day stretch of nothing, which is fine. Back into the 60s to near 70 by Tuesday, near 70 by Wednesday, near 70 by Thursday. So it looks really good next week. Then on Friday, here comes our next storm system. Showers, thunderstorms out to our west. These are really going to move in on Saturday, and we have a pretty good potential for severe thunderstorms here next Saturday. Until then, we don't have much going on over the next several days, and then we get system after system after system by the time we head into next weekend. So it's really going to pick up in activity. All right, for us tonight, kind of cold, 14. 39 tomorrow. We are going to have those mid and upper level clouds, very similar to the way it looks outside right now. 19 tomorrow night, 48 on Sunday. 57 on Monday, 64 on Tuesday, near 70 on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And then those chances for showers and thunderstorms increase late next week into next weekend.
Is it safe to say that this was our last snow event?
I think we have one more shot in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then we'll be done.
We'll be done. All right. Doug Heddy, thanks as always. Quick correction to a story we brought to you just a few minutes ago concerning settlements and opioid lawsuits. The total amount of the settlement is $26 billion. Kansas is going to receive $4.8 million from that settlement. All right, coming up in sports, Fort Scott girls aiming for the outright SEK title tonight on the road against Parsons. And the Missouri Southern women trying to make program history tomorrow against Central Oklahoma. Jacob Leonard has details next.
Well, tonight is the final night of the regular season for SEK high school basketball. The Fort Scott Tigers are on the road tonight facing Parsons. Now, on the girls' side, it's a big opportunity for Fort Scott. They've already earned at least a share of the SEK League title. And with a win tonight against the Vikings, Fort Scott would earn the outright conference championship. This one already started. Fort Scott down 8 in the second quarter. We'll have highlights and post-game reaction from this one right here tonight at 10. After that, the boys will hit the floor in Parsons. The Vikings are trying to sweep the season series from the Tigers after beating them by 7 in Fort Scott back in January. That one will tip off around 7:30. The Missouri Southern women will finish up the regular season tomorrow on the road against Central Oklahoma, and they could make a little history. With a win over UCO, the Lions would clinch their first ever MIAA regular season title. Southern red hot right now, winning 14 straight games heading into the weekend. They're 18-3 in the MIAA, which puts them in a tie with Fort Hays State for first place in the conference. So after 26 games, it all comes down to this next one to do something no team in program history has done before.
The kids are extremely excited about this opportunity to potentially win a conference title. You know, it's one of those we talked about early in the year, our expectations, we wanted to finish in the top 4. Then as the year went on and the success we were having, we kind of adjusted that a little bit and, you know, kind of thought to ourselves that, hey, you know, maybe we can win a conference title. if we keep playing well. So we're one game away of accomplishing that goal as well. So we're excited about that.
Today is the opening day of the Kansas Boys High School State Wrestling Tournament. 13 local wrestlers have won their first 2 matches to advance to the semifinals. 4 of those have already won in the semifinals this evening to earn a spot in the finals, including undefeated Frontenac senior Dawson Lapping. We're going to have a full list of local finalists right here tonight at 10. Finally, Matt Nagy is returning to the sideline for the Kansas City Chiefs. Nagy will serve as a senior assistant and quarterbacks coach for the team. He was actually with the Chiefs from 2013 to 2017, finishing as offensive coordinator before being named head coach of the Chicago Bears. He was fired in Chicago last month after going 34-31 in the regular season and making 2 appearances in the playoffs. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Time now to honor a local veteran, Specialist Bradley Boomsma, served in the U.S. Army. He's from Bella Vista, Arkansas, and we are proud to thank and salute Specialist Bradley Boomsma. He's tonight's 4-state hero. Now, if you'd like to learn more about all of our 4-state heroes, or if you'd like to nominate your own, please do. You can visit our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. All right, here's a look at what's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Ukraine's capital expected to fall in hours today. It's going to have the latest of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Also, the CDC revises its guidelines on masking, and more states are accepting cryptocurrency. Colorado, for example, is going to allow the currency to pay for state taxes. That and more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A new video game out today features story elements from A Song of Ice and Fire by author George R.R. Martin. Rick Damigella reports.
The high fantasy of Elden Ring is receiving rave reviews.
Elden Ring is this incredible fusion from writer George R.R. Martin from Game of Thrones fame and Hidetaka Miyazaki, who runs From Software. They've chosen to collaborate on an incredibly ambitious title.
Why accept the burden of their grace, or be fooled by the dogmatic ramblings of the fingers?
You traverse what is called the lands between, and you have got to go from dungeon and into castle and into caves, and you're going to be fighting all kinds of really gruesome and mysterious and evocative bad guys. So it's really experiential and exploratory, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
And once all is done, we shall see each other once more.
You can feel the just tremendous respect from the game developer and the writer coming together to build something that is going to be one of the most highly regarded games of 2022.
Go forth. Become Elden Lord.
Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
You can just sense the suspense. You know, dun dun dun. Kind of like the weather. Dun dun dun. It's gonna get warmer. Dun dun dun.
We're already dun 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 this week, so we are going to see improvements as we head into the weekend. Cold night tonight, 14 degrees, but 39 tomorrow. We are going to have a lot of clouds, but not bad. 48 on Sunday, near 60 Monday, and then we press near 70. Really dry all next week until next weekend.
Final sports note.
Frontenac High School senior Dawson Lapping won all 3 of his matches today at state wrestling. He's now 39-0. Wow. Have a chance to finish off an undefeated state championship season tomorrow.
Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Impressive.
Good for him. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of the evening. We'll see you at 10.